but there were times I had to get him man-to-man. And your
favorite team that you guys love to face in your division?
Yours.
Yes, sir.
Like the games like you play against the Raiders, you might get 3 sacks. When they had Jamarcus Russell, which I did. So I got 3 sacks on them in the first half, right?
Yeah.
And I'm ready, and they take Tommy Maddox.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to West War Room Rivals, where rivals collide. You guys, we have got the episode of all episodes. We have the man, Carl Pickens, returning for the 3rd time. Tennessee Vols own, and also known for being on the Cincinnati Bengals. Caleb, how excited are you, man? 1 to 10, where are you at?
14.
14.
At least.
I thought you were going to say 15. That was his Vols number, wasn't it?
Oh, I should have, dude. That would have been perfect.
Wow. You did something Carl never did. You dropped the ball.
Wow. I dropped it. I fumbled the bag.
No, well, you know who wouldn't drop it? It would be Carl Pickens. But before we bring Carl in, let's give some shout outs to our sponsors, and we're going to get going. So Vidite Coffee, go to viditecoffee.com today to get your coffee supply, who is the official coffee for the War Room. Also, Rival Codes, visit rivalcodes.com. Use Rivals10 to get 10% off your merch. You can see the brothers down below have their merch. It is not just apparel, it is territory. And then, of course, the big 3 that we've had since season 1, Kansas Field Ops with Troy and the crew, Angie with Emporia State Federal Credit Union, and, of course, Jeff with JBW and the crew as we are recording out of the JBW Solutions Studios. So without further ado, you guys, we've had Carl Pickens on 2 additional times. Now he's back for the 3rd time to talk about some Tennessee Vols and also Super Bowl preview matchups. So without further ado, let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend, Carl Pickens. Carl, how you doing, man?
Great, guys. How about yourself?
Oh,
Good.
So good. So good.
So in our intro video, Blaine Bishop's talking about you in that intro video.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember any good old matchups with old
I
Blaine?
do. I just remember Blaine as a strong safety. We actually had the game plan against him because he was all over the place. He would blitz from different points on the field, a short tackler, aggressive, but most importantly, he was, and he still is, just a great guy.
Yep. He is.
A good guy to be around, good guy to talk to, but hell of a football player.
He said you were like 8 feet tall, so like when trying to get a jump
I saw
ball.
that part.
Yeah.
I saw that part.
He was just like, hey, jump ball situation.
But, there's a guy that was, 5'6", 5'7", or, 5'8", I'm not sure, but he played well above his size, just tenacious, vicious. Like I said, a short tackler. I know for us in Cincinnati, we definitely had to know where Blaine was at all times. So that's definitely a credit to his ability, his just athletic skills on the field, and just a great competitor.
Caleb, you got the opening question, my friend.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah. So I'm super excited to talk with you, obviously. But I guess my first question is, when you walk around Knoxville or hear Rocky Top, does it still hit different? Does it still feel the same?
It's being in Knoxville and hearing, Rocky Top at any point in time, whether it's during a game or, when you're out and about, it's just a part of the culture, having gone there, experienced it. It's just a way of life. And, I've been asked to explain it on more than one occasion. I can't. It's just, you have to be there to experience it. And I'm sure other colleges, have their, their fight songs and, what they do and what, drives them. But, Rocky Top and Knoxville and that stadium, that campus, just the town, it's even before me, football has consumed that East Tennessee. And you can't help but be mesmerized by the whole Saturday morning before a game. It's just, it really is electric. Yeah, I know you hear that on, some of the pregame shows. Oh, it's an electric atmosphere. It really is in Knoxville. You have to be there to experience it. I love it.
Does that track, Caleb? Does it?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I know obviously different for you both, but as a fan, does that track?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Are you
Like,
gonna
being there
sing
is
the-
different.
Are you going to sing the fight song for us, Caleb?
I don't know. I have a terrible singing voice. I don't know if y'all would want to hear me. But,
It's different when you're with 100,000 of your friends, right?
Yeah, you can
right,
play
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So Coach Johnny Majors is a legend in Knoxville, of course, as you know, Carl.
Mhm.
What was your first impression when you met him, and what stood out to you?
Coach Majors, I first met him on my official visit there. And he was a gentleman. I was just in awe of him, just being a legend, even at that time, coming from Pittsburgh, winning the championship up there. And then I met him a second time when he came to my house for an official visit. And then that same day, we had a basketball game, a high school
Mhm.
basketball game. He came to that. And after the game, he's, said, hey, we think you're a, hell of an athlete, and we believe you can help the Tennessee Volunteers. We would, I don't remember verbatim, but, we want you to come. We'd appreciate it, if you consider being a Vol or, something to that effect. And then my next, I think a week later, I had visited South Carolina. And then, but it was just something about, Coach Majors and that, Tennessee at that time being considered wide receiver U. Got a good feel for Coach Majors. My parents did. And it was pretty easy decision after I narrowed it down to just 2 schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's super, super cool. So I've always heard stories of Johnny Majors, and you're one of the reasons my dad actually became a football fan. It was that Florida game in 1990. I believe Alvin Harper had a kick return for a touchdown. I think it was Alvin Harper. It might have been someone else. Dale Carter. Yes, it's Dale Carter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was at that game.
Yeah. I was not. I've only heard stories from my dad, so it's super, super cool to talk with you. But he was also he really wanted me to ask you questions about Johnny Majors, so that's part of why I want to ask this one. Do you have any Johnny Majors story that captures who he was as a coach?
Coach Majors was the type of guy that if you did what you were supposed to do, if you showed up on time, he is the reason why today he stressed being early. He would always say, hey, listen, guys, even once you leave here, wherever you go, whatever you do, you be 5 minutes early. That shows you're enthusiastic about, getting your work done. That shows you really want to do what you've been asked to do. So I took that at 18 years old, and everywhere I go, I have to be 5 minutes early because this is what Coach Majors stressed. He stressed discipline, doing the right thing, playing with poise, being a good sportsman. It was just so many things that I took from him that I still carry with me today. If you did what you were supposed to do and you stayed out of trouble, Coach Majors was your biggest fan. I mean, I tell the story. He passed away a few years ago, and his funeral just happened to be the same day as my wife and I's 10-year anniversary. So I said, I have to go to Knoxville. I have to go to the funeral. So I went and paid my respects. She understood, of course, because she knew how I felt about Coach Majors. But hell of a guy. I would play for him again and again.
Yeah, I love that. I think the best part of that was, you're telling stories about Coach Majors, and it was really not just about football, right? Nothing, it wasn't X's and O's or do this. It was life lessons that can be applied to football and just life as a man. I think that truly shows Coach Majors, not only as a coach, but as a person. So loved hearing that. This is one of my favorite questions. Obviously, we never got to experience it past third grade intramural basketball. But What do you remember most about putting on the Vols uniform for the first time?
For the first time, I was a nervous wreck. It was, I think we played Washington State maybe, because my actual freshman year I was redshirted. So my redshirt freshman year, I think it was Washington State, and scared to death. I mean, scared to death. Not only that, it's my first game, and then on top of that, it's in front of 100,000 people, and not only that, I don't even really have the offense down pat. Okay, so once I figured out a little bit of what I was doing, I end up getting switched to defense.
Yeah.
So my first couple of games was a big transition, but that first initial home game, I mean, we had practiced there a few times when it was empty, but even on game day, putting your uniform on, it just feels different. It's just something that is just in the air. It just feels different. The pads feel different. Your cleats, your uniform, the helmet, and then you walk out early and you see there's maybe 10,000 people there before the game even, we're even an hour and a half before the game, and they're cheering. It's like, this is it. I could get used to that, but I was definitely nervous. A nervous wreck. Yeah.
I'm sure. I go in those games nervous, and I'm just watching. So I can only imagine.
It's a fun time. It's the atmosphere. If you guys haven't experienced it, you got to put it on your bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And literally, so to touch on that, I guess my next question is, in your 3 years at Tennessee, so your home record was 18-2, which is phenomenal. What was it like playing in Neyland in those big SEC games?
The biggest SEC game was we played one SEC opponent was Alabama when we lost to them 9-6, I think it was, or 9-12 or something. But the other out of conference biggest game was the Notre Dame game. Rocket was there. They had Jerome Bettis. I think Ricky Waters was there. Rick Meyer. I mean, Derek Brooks. Those guys had a squad too.
Goodness.
And we held our own. I think they were maybe 1 or 2 in the country, the top 5 I know.
Mm-hmm.
And we accepted the challenge, and that was one of my most exciting games to play in. Was here comes Notre Dame into Knoxville, and they were making fun of the song Rocky Top and that sort of thing, and they got in there and they had their hands full. We didn't win, but we showed up.
That's one thing that you can't make fun of Rocky Top when you're going in the tent.
No, not while you're playing at home. Not in our stadium, you can't.
No.
I can imagine what the buses probably look like post game.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
different era for sure. No, yeah.
So we've heard you talk about Tennessee being wide receiver U, the original wide receiver U. You've name dropped most of these guys: Willie Galt, Stanley Morgan, Anthony Miller, Alvin Harper, Peerless Price. You also dropped Stallworth on there last time. So what was the wide receiver room like when you were at Tennessee?
When I was there my freshman year, all those guys, Alvin Harper, Anthony Morgan, Terrence Cleveland, Thomas Woods, Vince Moore, those were the 5 guys ahead of me. And so that's one reason I was redshirted, because I wasn't at that time ready to play, number one. And number two, I wasn't going to beat out Alvin Harper. We were playing the same spot, X receiver. Then once I got the offense under my belt, Alvin moved to Z, the Z receiver, and I moved over to X. And then it was a little bit easier to be in the room my redshirt freshman year. I was the only receiver that they had brought in. So my seat, I didn't have a seat. It was on the floor. So I had to just, I was on the floor the whole time of redshirt freshman year. And then, I make a play here and there. And then, I get to sit in a chair now. And so once I started making plays, my status rose a little bit, and these guys figured out that, I could play. I was serious. I wanted to learn what to do. And after a while, hey, they had to take a back seat, and I blossomed. I guess they say now I came into my own, and just continued to make plays. And I guess the rest is history. I mean, we had a good squad. Don't get me wrong. We had I was the youngest one, like the little brother, and guys gave me a hard time a little bit because of my accent, and I had a real heavy Southern drawl, and 18 years old, so I got picked on a little bit, so I was the youngest one, but I made the most of it. I wasn't going to quit. I didn't want to disappoint, my parents, my family that believed in me, and I had a lot of other people that were pushing me to do well other than myself. So I just put my head down and went to work and made the most of the opportunity.
Heck yeah. That's super, super cool. I'm like just in awe right now. I'm super excited to talk Tennessee. But what's a moment from your time at Tennessee that still gives you chills?
Oh, I would say the Notre Dame game up there in South Bend. And this goes back to, Coach Majors. We were down like 17 or so points at halftime. I don't remember. But he got in there and he said, "Hey, guys, listen, relax." He said, other than, one or two mistakes, we're right back in this game. So he and Coach Majors would always stress the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. He felt like a lot of times that's where the game could be won or lost because, the momentum can shift in your way or shift in, the other team's way. So he felt like if we could dominate the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, we could win. But he basically just said, "Hey, relax, get your assignments down, know what you need to do. Everybody play their part. Everybody step up." He wasn't angry. He was upset and just said, "Hey, we didn't come all the way up here to lose." So, we took it personal. We relaxed. Everybody calmed down. And we went out there and, every now and then I'll see some highlights of, Aaron Hayden running the touchdown in, or I think it was Floyd Miley that blocked the punt or the field goal or something. And then I forgot who ran it in, but just that whole thing. It sends the chills. Yeah, I love it. I mean, hell, I'm going to watch some highlights tonight, maybe.
That's incredible.
Yeah, no, and just to kind of follow up on this, Caleb made a little highlight video for us to post, and I was watching it, and obviously it was a little before my time, so like I was soaking it in. But the part that gave me chills on the highlight thing he made is, I don't know, obviously just mossed someone, took a house, and like normal Carl things. But then they panned to the crowd, and the sign that said Pickens for Heisman. Like I don't know why, but I saw that part, and I was like, I don't know if it's because we've talked to you a couple of times, but like me personally, that gave me a little bit of chills. And I'm like, Caleb, excellent job on that. But that it's one of those how did that make you feel at that? Like just seeing signs like that and fans like that, right? Like how surreal was that?
That's the fan base, man. Anything to do with Tennessee, these fans, they're crazy. I mean, it's just a way of life for them. I mean, the tickets have been passed down from generation to generation. I mean, these guys, they bleed orange. I mean, it's ball this, ball that. And the support, whether we win or lose, that stadium's going to be filled. And the support's going to be there. And, to see that, I didn't see it during the game, but I saw it on, some highlights and stuff. And, hey, I mean, why not? I mean, it didn't happen, but, I'm all for it, believe me. I agree. I agree with it, but it's just the fan base. I mean, they play a lot. They play a major role in, getting us pumped up, getting us hyped up, wanting to play our best, wanting to give these guys a good show and show our appreciation. But, even though, it's loud and screaming, we still acknowledge, that they're there And anytime, well, I'm sure it's the same now, but anytime we got a chance to interact, with those guys, whether it be on the road at, they stayed at the same hotel we stayed out, you see those Tennessee flags on the car, like, man, they're here, we got to do this. So it was, it was a fun time. The best, 3 or 4 years of my life was spent in Knoxville.
Love that.
It's incredible. So, Carl, when you were obviously in Knoxville competing in the SEC, who was the toughest cornerback in the SEC that you faced while at Tennessee?
In the SEC, I would probably say from Florida, Will White.
Mm.
Yeah, he was All-American, and he was almost my size, maybe an inch or two, maybe an inch shorter, but we were pretty much the same size, and he was very physical. I don't know where he is today, but he was hard to deal with. And Antonio Langham from Alabama, yeah, he was hard out too. I mean, these guys were serious. I mean, they wanted it just as bad as we wanted it, so the competition aspect was there, and we had some good battles. But I think those two come to mind right off the bat: Will White and Antonio Langham.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and back then corners could put their hands on you, so I'm sure there was actually battles and stuff.
Yeah, it's a different game now. It's a little bit it's just this different game. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's easier to get open now. I think it's a lot easier on both levels, college, pro. I just think it's easier to get open. It's easier for guys to make plays when you're not harassed as much as you used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can watch some
That's a
highlights.
nice way to say it.
Yeah, you can watch some highlights back then and be like, man, that's assault by the ball.
And he still came down with the ball? Dang.
Yeah.
Yes. So very, very important question. I'm surprised we're not having Caleb ask it, but what does being a VFL mean to you?
Being a VFL means that I went to the University of Tennessee to play football, fulfill a goal of mine. And that being said, I'm in a very prestigious club, a group of men that had an opportunity to play at a university like Tennessee, with the fan base, the reputation, the culture, the way of life. So I'm in a group of guys and girls that, play basketball and volleyball and other sports and softball. We're in a group that we are recognized as volunteers. We back to Coach Majors, we got the reason. He sat us down and said, here's why we're called volunteers. During the war or something, Tennessee needed some volunteers to go fight the war. We needed 5,000 troops, and ended up being 25,000 troops. So we were known as the Volunteers from Tennessee. So we got that history from Coach Majors. So I'm in that group. And to me, I take a lot of pride in being a Vol for life. I don't see it any other way.
Wow, that's an incredible story. I had no idea that's how Tennessee Vols got their name.
Yeah.
That's some really cool history.
The exact war. I don't know which
I think
war
it was,
but Coach Major said, there was a war, and Tennessee, the state of Tennessee needed 5,000 men and 25,000 volunteers. So they became the Volunteers from Tennessee. So that's how we got the name. Yeah,
I love that.
Thanks for not Caleb, you didn't educate us on this.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You've been part of our show for a few months now. These are important things to know. So
yeah, it fits the war room and everything. It's like perfect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, let's transition into some NFL stuff. Again, I know there's mixed feelings about Bengals keeping Coach Taylor. In your opinion, though, what's got to change this upcoming season in order for him to be the guy long term?
Well, I was thinking about this, not so much that question, but to me, I don't understand how, if you're if you have a good year as an offensive coordinator, I don't see how that qualifies you to be a head coach, because then you're not the offensive coordinator anymore. You have so many other things to think about other than coordinating the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to another team, so you don't have the same guys that you had, to make that offense so good. I don't get that part of it, but I think, in order to be a good coach, and this is just my opinion, you kind of, I think you should have played, because there's just there's a lot of different things that, as a player, like if we're running sprints, if you don't feel like running, you can dog the sprints, and the coach will never know. He thinks you're busting your ass.
Yeah.
But if you've done that, then you're a coach, and it's like, hey, you got to pick it up. You're not. I've been there, done that. You're not giving 110%. So if you've played, just like, Mike Vrabel with the Patriots, he played, so he knows when his guys are giving 110% and when they're not. So he's able to put a group of guys together that think like him and maybe play like him. Same way with, John Lynch out in San Francisco. He played the game, so he can put a team together that gives effort all the time, and he can see where guys are not, living up to their expectations, or some guys are just wanting a paycheck, or some guys are just happy to be on the team. Guys that have played, they can weed that out. Ozzie Newsome with, with the Ravens, with Ray Lewis and those guys. It's just, with Zach, I don't really know him personally, but, other than the Super Bowl, it's just, it didn't happen. Now, is that because Joe got hurt, or, Trey held out and, his production went down. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. But as a coach, you have to, sometimes, the team is a reflection of you. So, again, I don't know Zach. They seem to like him, but, at some point you've got to win.
Right.
Coaches have been fired with better records than, yours. So I don't know. I mean, I know, but, we'll have to, I'll call you guys later. I'll call you on the phone. But
There you go.
it's just, it's a tough spot. I mean, you don't want to, you don't want a guy to get fired, but at the same time, if your goal from day one in training camp is to win the championship, then you have to have all the pieces in place. Ownership, management, head coaches, trainers, players. Again, if you have a guy that's played, i.e. a general manager, he can put a team together. When you don't, then you're going more off of, okay, he ran a 4.3 40. Okay, let's get him. Well, that's good, but what other tangibles does he have? If I played receiver, I'm going to be able to pick out a receiver for you, versus a guy that's never played receiver, or is just watching him bench press 225 20 times. That's good, but I played receiver, so I know what a receiver is supposed to do. I know if a receiver is giving effort. I know when a receiver can, pick it up or do this or do that, because I've been there and done that. But if you've got a guy that's just going off of, skills, 4.3, 261, 225, can bench press, 225, 18 times, can broad jump this. Oh, we want him. Sometimes that doesn't work. I think a lot of teams are finding that out. They just think a new coach is the answer. But the Bengals have, I know I'm rambling on, but I'm trying to be nice, but
we're about to have a Carl crash out.
I've experienced some of those being a Raiders fan, so I'm right there with you, Carl.
So I just think, a lot of people blame, Mike Brown this, Mike Brown that. and rightfully so. But you know, you still got to go out and make plays.
Yep.
And regardless of who the coach is, and I don't know. I just think sometimes change is good, and sometimes people can become complacent and think that 7-10 is a good year. I don't know, but and then with the Raiders, after 1 year, the boy's gone. So
Yeah.
it's just, it's just a different time. But back to what I was saying earlier, because you're a good defensive coordinator, it doesn't really make you a good head coach. I don't understand that because you're not. That's not what you were good at. If you had a defense that only gave up 8 points a game, you can't take that same defense next year to a new team. It's just, I don't know that it's ever happened. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, so, and honestly, I don't even know that, I'm not picking on Trey, but, you get 17 sacks and then you want your money. Okay, you get your money. Now you didn't get the 17 sacks again. So it's just, it's weird. I mean, it's just, I think, well, next question. I'm sorry. I don't know. Like I said, it's just crazy the way things are now.
No,
You're good.
Yeah, a couple points on what you said. I can't tell you how many times we've sat here and said.
We just said it like 2 days ago during our pregame show about some guys are just meant to be coordinators over head coach, and it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like some people are just better coordinators. But to your point on the combines, I've always been one. I don't want the combines. I want to watch game tape. I want to see what they actually did playing. That's what I like. The combines for me, I like watching it so I can learn players.
Yeah.
Like the names, like who's coming in the draft.
Yeah.
But like as far as evaluating, I want to watch game tape.
That's it.
What they do while playing.
That's it. That's the most important thing. Like I said, your numbers will be good. But now, does it translate over to the next level? And you've got to be in the right system. And, a lot of these guys, for whatever reason, Cleveland hasn't had a good quarterback in 20 years. I mean, as far as drafting one. So maybe all those guys had good numbers, and then they bring in free agents that had good numbers the previous year. And then you get to Cleveland and it just doesn't work out. I mean, it's hit or miss. But again, if you want me, and you can take Michael Irvin, Jerry Rice, Chris Carter, Herman Moore, Tim Brown. Hey, go pick me out a wide receiver from Clemson or Alabama or Tennessee, or go pick me out a receiver from Ohio State. Those guys would know. This guy right here, he's not the fastest. He'll get you 120 catches this year because they've been there. They can see some of their self in that guy. I mean, like a Cooper Kupp.
Right.
We don't know how fast he is, but he makes plays. This Puka Nacua, is he running 4.2? No, but you throw the ball anywhere near him, he's getting it. That's just, it doesn't show up at the combine. It is what it is.
And the last point before we get Cody's question in real quick, one thing that stood out is you talk about Mike Vrabel. One, you see him out there in pads, essentially showing his offensive lineman, here's what to expect, and then showing his defensive lineman, here's what you're looking at is two. I don't think it's a coincidence that he was able to turn that 4-win team into a 14-win team in 1 year. And I think how you worded that and how you put that goes to show coaching goes a long way with, a talented roster. And I wouldn't sit there and say they have the best roster in the NFL, but again, they have enough pieces there where Mike Vrabel can come in, set your culture, change the locker room, get guys to bust their ass for him, because when he speaks, you listen because he's experienced everything. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's played at a high level in this game. So I don't look at it as a coincidence that the Patriots were able to have that big turnaround in 1 year.
It's not that easy. I mean, the thing is, it's like, when grade school or high school, whatever, you're going to listen to your main teacher, but if the doggone substitute comes in, you're going to go crazy. You're going to do whatever you want to do. Mike Vrabel has been there and he's done that. So what he's telling you, he's experienced it. He's lived it. He's done it. So, hey guys, this is how it is. And when you get a guy like that, saying, okay, here's how we're going to do it. Okay, coach, they buy into his system. They believe it because he's been there and he's done it. And you don't even have to be, I mean, it helps, to be skilled at your position, i.e. Pro Bowler or, first team All Pro, but you don't necessarily have to be. I mean, who would have thought Drake May would even be considered, MVP this year, second year guy? I didn't, but he just bought into the system. This is how we're going to do it. This is the plan. It works. And look what they're there. They've took down everybody that they need to take down, and they've got a good shot to win the whole thing.
Yeah, his introduction to the Patriots was getting in a scrum. I think that alone, right? I think me as a player, I'm buying in right away. My coach is out here getting a bloody face. Fighting with us and getting in a scrum. Let's go.
Yeah, you want to work hard for him.
Yeah.
So, but Caleb, no, 1 second. Now, this may go back to what's going on in Cincinnati. I don't know. Maybe, Zach has lost the team. I don't know. So maybe because these are grown men, so maybe he's lost the team. I don't know. I think Joe being hurt played a big part in that, but you have a backup. I mean, it's still the same. Still football is still 100 yards long, 50 yards wide. So you still got to go out and perform. But, that may be it. I don't know. But in Cincinnati, there's something. It's got to. I mean, we've got the talent. We've got it.
Yeah.
And putting, everybody on the same page, and Joe, T, and Jamar on the same page. We got that, but the rest of the guys have got to come together and buy into, or be on one accord. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Okay, Caleb. I'm sorry, bud.
You're good.
Yeah.
So, Carl, the AFC North, the couple of coaches that were there for a long time, 18 and 19 years respectively, by Tomlin and Harbaugh, they're no longer there. Ironically enough, now Zach Taylor is the longest tenure in the AFC North right now. Do you think that there's an opportunity with, again, you mentioned Joe Burrow, you mentioned T, you mentioned Jamar Chase. Do you think there's an opportunity for the Bengals to take control of the North now, because maybe the other teams now are kind of going through a new team culture with their new coaches? Do you think maybe the Bengals, this is their time to maybe sneak ahead and maybe take hold of that North?
I think there's an opportunity there for that to happen. Pittsburgh is still going to, get certain guys that come up there and play regardless of who the new coach is. As long as, Lamar Jackson's in Baltimore, they're going to be, during the regular season, a contender. So Cleveland, we don't know yet, but I think with Pittsburgh in the process, have they gotten a new coach yet? Oh,
Pittsburgh hired Mark McCarthy.
Yeah, they got McCarthy. So I mean, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. I mean, he'll bring some good guys in. Didn't necessarily work out with him in Dallas, but I think Pittsburgh will always play us tough regardless of who they have as coach and quarterback. That's just a rivalry that the Bengals always get up for. But this is an opportunity if Joe's back healthy, Jamar T and the defense. There's an opportunity, but it's closing quick. That window of opportunity is closing pretty quick for things to happen right in Cincinnati. This could be the last year for a lot of people. I mean, I watched Joe last year or this past season, and those sacks are taking its toll. Yeah, he was hurt, he missed a few games, but even when he came back, I mean, as a player, you watch him once he gets up and walks off the field. I watch him. I'm saying, okay, who's he talking to? Is he on the phone with the coordinator? Is he, getting on the offensive lineman? He's just sitting over there. Joe's fed up. This is wearing him out. So, he's got a lot of money guaranteed with his buddies, but sometimes you've got to look out for yourself and say, hey, if I'm getting my butt beat in every, 17 weeks, we've got to figure something out. Something's got to give. And I watched him, And then you see Jamar, get in a little squabble with the coaches and stuff. I mean, these guys, they're still competitors. They want to win. And when you don't, you have to figure out your next move.
Hold on. I think it's Austin, your question, but I have a follow-up to what you were just saying about Joe Burrow. We asked this on the show last month once the regular season was over and Cincinnati was officially out of the playoff picture. And I'm curious too, and again, it's going to sound loaded, but it's not intended to be, but do you think Joe Burrow maybe retires prematurely because he just doesn't want to do the injury thing anymore? He doesn't want to suffer through maybe a season of no progress? Or do you think, unfortunately he says, hey, I need to go elsewhere to compete. And unfortunately that would mean leaving the Bengals. Which do you think would be more likely to happen?
Well, I saw that. I saw the comments, and even when you say something like that, you've already checked out, in my opinion. I mean, he's not going to say it publicly because, it's
right.
You can't. Well, I want to trade. You can't do that. But the guys around him know. And like I said, I watched him. Joe's ready to go. I just think that it's not going to happen in Cincinnati. Andrew Luck retired early. He didn't want to, keep getting banged up. So if Joe wants to win a championship, he's contemplating it now. Is it going to be in Cincinnati? Is it going to be somewhere else? And he'll have to figure that out. But when you start talking about it or saying it, maybe, I need to go elsewhere, or maybe it's not going to be here. Yeah, he's thinking about it. And it's weighing heavy on his mind. The money's one thing, but they judge you on your championships. Joe Montana and these guys, 5, 6 rings. Tom Brady 6 rings. So that sort of thing. And nobody talks about your contract after you retire. They talk about the rings that you've won.
Right.
So, and Joe wants to be in that category. He's MVP caliber, and that's the way he wants to be recognized, I think.
Yeah, it was the comments when he said he's just not having fun anymore. That's kind of what set him apart. He was always kind of like coming out of LSU. He kind of had that swag to him. Yeah. Right. Like always having fun.
When you lose a lot, it's not fun. I mean, you can't. Some people can put a price tag on it, but I couldn't. We lost a lot, and I left. I was like, man, this money's good, but I got to go. I can't do it. If you're positive and you're all about winning, and you surround yourself with winners, and you just want to be associated with winners. When you lose, 10, 11 games a year, it's not fun. I mean, you drive in there. You on the way to work, it's like, damn, I got to go back. You're looking for, maybe I'll have a flat tire or something, or maybe it'll snow and get stuck. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes through your mind, but it's just not fun, and you can't make it fun, and sometimes a change of scenery is good. I mean, he's already hinting about it. So, and then you just got to do what you got to do, man. I mean, it's a competitive sport, and you want to compete at the highest level. And you feel like you're being handicapped because it's just you're in a situation to where the most you're going to win is maybe 8 or 9 games. I mean, that's just not fun.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Cody? He has the same thoughts as us 9-to-5ers. Blowing fire, a little snow. Come on.
Anything, maybe.
I can only imagine what goes through Max Crosby's head then when he goes through another coaching regime. He's like, oh man, I got to do this again.
It's tough. I mean, it's a tough spot to be in because, then you're just looking at it from, okay, there's only so many guys in the league that have this job, and you're grateful. You appreciate the opportunity to play. Some say, oh, it's a privilege, not a right or something. That's the nonsense out there. You should be proud of playing in the NFL. Yeah, you are. But at the same time, if you're a competitor, you still want to win, man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, the money's good, but if you're a competitor, you want those championships. You want those rings. That's where, that's how people remember you.
Right.
As a champion. And when you're a champion, I mean, it's just on another level. And
Right.
if you can't get that someplace, I mean, you got to go where you need to go. I don't know how they would do it. He just signed a big deal a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But, anything is possible. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of championships, we got the Patriots and Seahawks coming up in a couple Sundays. Any fun stories you have remembering playing against either the Patriots or Seahawks?
The Patriots, the one time we played them in Foxborough, I was hurt, so I didn't get a chance to play up there. We played them in Cincinnati when Drew Bledsoe was quarterback.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he tore us apart. I mean, this dude, unbelievable. I mean, he was on fire. But the Seahawks, I got a chance to play against those guys a couple of times. I remember Chris Warren, running back. I remember Eugene Robinson, one of the cornerbacks from there. They always had a good group of guys, but it just took so long to get out there from Cincinnati. On the plane's like 5-hour flight from Cincinnati. That was the rough part. But both, fun times, both playing both teams, and just enjoyed the experience, and always had a good time competing against top-notch teams.
So between the two teams, are you interested in this matchup, and also two, do you have a prediction of who you think is going to win?
It's hard to predict this one because Seattle, they're just they're scoring points, and their defense is good. They've got a new quarterback that a lot of people gave up on.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought he would have ended up in Seattle after, coming from Minnesota and a couple other places.
Right.
But he's found a spot. He's found his niche, and it's easier for him to play quarterback now.
Mm-hmm.
So then you look at the, the Patriots. They've got I think this is Drake's second year.
Yeah.
Drake May, and he'll get some different looks in the Super Bowl, and he'll have to figure it out. But I like the Patriots just because of their mainly the coach. I like the coach, and like I said, they bought into his system. And if you watch them this whole year, they've never panicked.
Right.
They've been down, and then if they interview Vrabel at halftime, well, we just got to get in, and he's never irate, he's never upset. He already knows what they need to do. They get in and say, okay, here's what happened, guys. Everybody just relax. Let's just go out and play, do what we need to do. And somehow they find a way to do it. Not that Seattle can't do it, but I'd like to see the Patriots win.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not betting on it, but but then with that offense, Jackson Smith, this dude is unbelievable. I mean, he's not even been mentioned in like the top 5 receivers in the league.
Well, I was going to ask you too, because Stephon Diggs, who was in your top 5 that you named the first time you came on, he's in the Super Bowl. But JSN, I don't know. You might need to redo your top 5 and find a way to squeak him in.
Forgot all about him. I mean, I didn't realize it because they're out there on the West Coast. And, you don't ever see them on TV that much. And then the guy from Denver, the big guy, Courtney Sutton.
Courtland Sutton.
Yeah, this dude is unbelievable, man. I mean, there's a lot of guys that you don't hear about, but are making plays, every week and need to be mentioned in these conversations about the top receivers in the league.
Right.
Yeah, some of those JSN, even last week, that one-hander on the sideline.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know how that's possible, but yeah, JSN, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even know if I mentioned Devontae Adams last time we were on. I mean, he's still incredible making plays.
Oh yeah.
Man, his footwork.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
And doing it at a high level on 3 different teams. I think he had an NFL record where he led the NFL in receiving touchdowns for 3 different teams.
Yeah.
Never been done before. And he's still doing it at a high level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's the last time you've seen a free agent, leave one team, get a big contract and then produce the same numbers?
Well,
It's
I would
not-
say Randy Moss, but he actually had a regressive season, and then he didn't kick it back up until we traded him to New England, ironically.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he had a resurgence, career,
Yeah.
NFL record in touchdown receptions,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. All of a sudden he was all pro all over again.
Mhm.
You remember how to play football when he was
Yeah.
away from Oakland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah. All of a sudden everyone's good when they're not in Oakland anymore.
Yeah.
So another game that's coming up this week, and it's not the Super Bowl, it's the Pro Bowl. And of course, you were a part of the Pro Bowl team for a couple of seasons. But I guess what we're curious about is obviously then back when the Pro Bowl was early on, at least when we were growing up watching, I'm sure during your playing days, there was a lot of prestigious, around it for being a part of it. So now, as you see, it's kind of gone down to like a flag football. What are your thoughts of how it's turned into the Pro Bowl as we see it today, where it doesn't even seem like it's a high achievement anymore? It kind of just feels like it's not really important as it once was.
You're right. I think that during the time I played, and even before the time I played, you earned it. You earned the spot. The players got the majority of the votes. So if you got picked to play in the Pro Bowl, it's because the guys you played against that season said, hey, you're worthy of being on the team. Now, or even, the past 10 or so years, it's just been a lot of guys don't even want to play. It's not as fun. I mean, it's not, it doesn't mean anything to, I see the festivities and stuff. It's like, what is this? But it's different. I mean, it's just a different time. It's a different era. The Pro Bowl doesn't have the same mystique to me as it used to have. I mean, you earned it. You worked hard, and you got rewarded by your peers from the numbers you put up. Your production. So you's like, my fellow compadres voted for me to get in this game. So you took it with an honor. But now, if some guy doesn't want to play, then okay, well, he's not doing anything. Let's put him on the team.
Yeah.
It's just different. I mean, a lot of things are different around the league, and I think the fans are maybe fed up. I mean, it's just not fun. I mean, like you said, it's a flag football game. What does that have to do with the real game? I mean,
right.
They've got all these other competitions. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah, and we're not even seeing the best talent, right? And
right.
like, not trying to disrespect anybody because they're all significantly better than me, but like, just trying to be honest here, like, Shedeur Sanders did not have a Pro Bowl season.
Oh, I agree. He didn't have a Pro Bowl anything. I just think I read or I saw something the other day. They had his stats up, and I'm like, he played basketball schools.
Yeah.
He just. I mean, I don't know him, but
right.
I just never thought that he was a first round pick, second round pick, and he just. I guess Drake May is not going or something, so now he gets to go. But then they were saying the guy from the Titans.
Cam Ward.
Ward.
He should have gone. So you say, okay, well, they're thinking, well, if Shedeur's there, more people are going to tune in, and the ratings are going to go up, and this and that. It's a bunch of stuff now. To me, that it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, if I offend somebody, I do, but it's just a lot of things are different, and it's a different game. It's just a different whole thing. As far as the Pro Bowl, TV rights, everybody wants to be the highest paid, or else they're going to hold out. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff that is irritating, but we still watch.
We do.
Yeah, we still watch.
Well, what's funny is, so the NFL has the same problem the NBA has with their All-Star game too. No one wants to compete in the All-Star game. No one wants to, do anything in it. NFL's kind of in the same way. I mean, I remember when the NFL Pro Bowl was played after the Super Bowl. So that way the Super Bowl teams, if they wanted to participate, they could. And I mean, we have great clips of some hard hits. I think it was from who was that safety who was with
John
Washington?
Taylor laying out Brian
exactly. But we just don't see that anymore. And I get it. Like maybe it's a player safety thing and they're trying to be competitive. And now they had like the Mannings coaching it against one another. But, in the NBA, they're trying to do the same thing too, where, they have special coaches that are drafting players and this and that and score this many points in the quarter. And I don't know, it's almost like it's now getting so far away from what it once was. It's not desirable anymore because it's not what we remember seeing. It's like, you guys, it's either football, it's basketball. We're kind of overcomplicating it. Mm-hmm. And if it's an effort thing, then maybe it's the players that, you're voting in or that are being invited. Yeah. So I don't know. Just like Austin, I mean, I'm not an NFL guy. I just am a viewer. And what I'm seeing is it's just not the same quality. And it's because, to your credit, Carl, it's the effort that we're seeing in today's NFL. And don't know where it starts, but the NFL has an effort problem.
Yeah, see, this is why I think that more former players should be involved in situations like this. Because if I didn't want to play in the Pro Bowl as a former player, I'm going to tell you, hey, guys, they really don't want to play. Mm-hmm. So why make them play? As a former player, you could tell, the league, hey, guys really don't want to be in training camp this long. I mean, I've been there, I've done it. It wears them out. Guys really don't want to have, to play a Sunday night, then play a Thursday night.
Right.
So, and then also, I think that there should be a former, not me, but a receiver that can say, okay, yeah, that's a catch. No, that's not a catch. They've got a guy that's never played receiver determining whether you caught the ball or not on these replays.
Right.
It's not that hard. I'm like, yeah, was he in bounds? Okay, I've been trained to put both feet down. So, yeah, I know what that looks like. Mm-hmm. But I just think more players should be involved with
everything.
Everything.
Right, the product,
decision making on behalf. I know we have a PA, an NFL PA. I don't know exactly what they do, but I know they get a lot of gripes and complaints. But I just think if you had a former player or a group of guys, Jerry Rice, Peyton Manning, Steve Young, guys like this, say, hey, on behalf of the team or players, this is what we think should happen, or this is how, they want to do things. And I think it would be, you would be able to then put a better product out on the field.
Yeah.
We're about to send you to a crash out with the whole catch thing.
Yeah.
The overcomplication of that. Did he catch it? Do a ballerina spin?
Yeah.
If he catches it and tucks it, I don't need him to make a football move. I don't need him to have
exactly. You have to make a football move in order for it to be a catch.
Yeah, I caught it and tucked it, man. Like I caught it.
There you go.
I can go on a rant though. I'm not going to, but you almost got me with that one.
It's a mess. I mean, and now they're going to, you got to watch it on Prime TV and this sort of thing. I mean, it's a mess, man. I don't know. It's just not like it used to be. But hell, I'm going to watch it.
We do.
Unfortunately, we have a podcast where we have 12 different channels that don't get all the games. We're going to find a way to watch one of the games. Yeah. So we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
Definitely. Caleb. Yeah. So I completely agree with you, but on to the next question. The next question is with the offseason beginning, for most teams anyways, walk us through the importance of like having an offseason and what was your routine during the offseason?
Okay. I'll give you a good example, Caleb. Now, when you go 3-13 for a couple of years, you're glad to get that off season. You're not going to do anything right away. If we ended in December, January, February, March, April could be the first mini camp. From December to January, if you went 3-13, you're not interested in doing anything. You win the Super Bowl, you win 14, 15 games. You're looking forward to those off-season workouts because you want to continue that work. You want to continue that progress. So for me, after, going 3-13 a couple of times, man, I'll see you, in June. I mean, it's just, you're not motivated.
Yeah.
What do you have to look forward to? It's just, that's just the way it is. I mean, winning, cures a lot of things, but, you're losing all the time. I mean, you're not ready to go back to the facility because everything is just so negative.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know how many games we're going to win this year. I really don't feel like running today. So you win 15 games, you go 15-3, man. You can't wait to go run sprints. You're ready to go at it again.
Right.
You want to get back in there and start building on your progress from last year. But when you lose, I know for me personally, after the season, I was wore out. I mean, just mentally.
Yeah.
It would take you 4 or 5 months just to regroup and, get back to normal because you're such a competitor and you want to win, and you're giving 110%. I mean, look at the numbers I was putting up on these bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
That wears you out. You're doing your thing and you're still coming up short. And once you get a break, you want a break. And my best year was, I think, 9-7 with the Bengals. So my off season was, I partied up. I had a good time, because for 6 months it was going to be hell. So, it was just, and now I think the game has changed so much that guys are working out more. You'll have a group that may meet in, I think Justin Herbert has some guys come out to San Diego for 2 weeks and, pass and, like a little passing camp and stuff. So you've got guys throughout the year or throughout the off season getting together and going over things, but not during my time.
Yeah, that's crazy to think that you had arguably one of the greatest 3-year stretches from a receiver. I don't want to say you weren't motivated, right? But kind of what you were saying, like kind of with the negative off seasons and everything, you still found a way to show up and I haven't analyzed every receiver's 3-year stretches, but the one you had to be one of the best ever. And that's unmotivated on a losing team, right? So I think that just goes to show, like, you can still show up.
Yeah, you still. You're still under contract. You're still a professional, and I just said, hey, I'm just gonna do what I can do, and our receiver coach Richard Williamson always say, don't any one of you guys in this room be the reason why we lose. So that group of receivers, we were doing our best to make our catch, be in the right spot, make a play. So we took it upon ourselves to not be the reason why we lost. It could have been an interception or a fumble or a missed tackle or something, but it wasn't going to be a drop pass or a missed assignment on our part. So, that's the approach we took. And I just took it and ran with it and just made that my mantra to say, okay, at the end of the day, if we win or lose, I'm going to do the best I can do.
So last one for me. This is a big one.
Huge
question for me. How's that golf game going?
Horrible.
So we had a
I'll tell you
stretch
what.
Christmas, and we got 3 rounds in for Christmas and New Year's Eve, and I was really stoked about it until I started hitting the ball.
Here's what happened. I went on a golf trip in June of this past year, and the guys that I was playing with, one of the guys was just talking trash. Oh man, I was pissed
Always
off.
one of them.
As soon as I get back to Atlanta, I'm taking golf lessons, and I did. I took golf lessons, and so I said, I'm gonna be ready, man. The guy videoed me, and I come home and I put a net up in the basement. I'm hitting. Man, I was wearing that net out, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get his ass this time. We're gonna play. And then we went out and played again. And he whipped my ass again. All the lessons, I'm like, I don't have it. I cannot. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I can't figure it out.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I cannot figure it out. And I've been guilty of. You see the video. Oh, this is the new latest club. It's going to hit at 300. I'll go to PGA store and get that. Well, that don't work. There's a new ball that's the soft core and spin ratio. I go get that ball. Well, now these new gloves, you barely have to touch the glove. I'll go get the glove. I mean, it's just I don't have it. I really don't.
We're not the only.
Yeah,
It's always the club's fault or the ball's fault.
It's the club's fault, the ball's fault, or the tree's fault. Somebody put a tree right there while I'm trying to
I'm
hit
the tree
ball.
guy.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm really bad. I'll play as long as I ain't gonna say you start you wanting the bed and talk and run your mouth and stuff, and then I'll get competitive and want to win. No, I can't. So let's just play for fun. How about that?
Yeah, good vibes, right? Let's have a good
Let's
time.
just play for fun. Yeah, that'd be best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guarantee
Even new
that's
shoes, man. I got new shoes. I got the dude said, "Oh, don't you want to be comfortable while you play? Yeah, got the new Jordan golf shoe." That didn't work. I was trying to take them back. That don't work. I'm like, man, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah.
I promise not to be the guy that fires you up, because I'll be the guy that's thrown the club because I didn't hit the ball well either. So
Yeah, well, we can all play together then.
Oh, yeah.
I'm bad.
That's
too.
what I'm
I really
saying.
am.
We can do a scramble. That way, hopefully,
Yeah.
at least one person gets a good
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
I will say I'm guilty of dropping some. I have a popular word on a golf course. I'm obviously not going to say it live, but I think it's the most common word on a golf course.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've probably heard it. I've probably said it too.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad. Yeah.
I never thought golf would get me to that point.
I
Like,
can't figure it out. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much to it. And, don't turn your hip, turn your arm this way.
Yep.
Yeah. Look
Turn it
that way. Turn this knee. Lift that elbow. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff. And I just want to get up there and hit it. And,
Yep.
it's bad. I mean, let's play putt-putt or something.
there you go.
Richard Golf, let's go.
Yeah. But so listen, guys, I enjoy doing this, and anytime, Caleb, we're going to catch up in Knoxville.
Hey.
But now you're born and raised in Knoxville?
So I was born in Knoxville. I actually live just a little outside. I live in Loudon, if you know where that
Okay.
is. Just a little south of Knoxville on 75.
Yeah, there's that one course out there. Tell me
Tennessee
the name.
National.
Yeah,
Is it-
no, I've played that. The one closer to it's past Tennessee National when you're going into Knoxville on the right.
Avalon,
Yeah.
I bet.
Yes,
Ah,
Avalon.
yeah.
Yeah, I was out there this year with Coach Former and his group. But yeah, Tennessee National.
Yeah.
I know the guys out there.
That's right. That's literally like a mile from me, where I'm
Yeah,
at
we
right
can
now.
play
Yeah.
there. Yeah, we'll play
Heck
there. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
dude, that'll be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caleb, make sure you catch up with Carl, man. Make sure you connect with them.
Let's link up on Instagram and we'll
Definitely.
keep in touch and figure out when I get back up to Knoxville.
Heck yeah, absolutely. I'll
Yeah.
shoot you a message.
Okay,
For sure. I'm super excited.
we'll do it.
This
We'll
is
do it.
awesome, man. This is super
Yeah.
awesome.
Carl,
So
you're
we're-
one of one, brother. Appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it. I do. I appreciate that, and I think you guys had that on the poster there or whatever that was. I thought that was pretty good. A lot of people commented on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Carl,
appreciate it.
him.
I appreciate it.
I've been adding him to everything. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You were him before it was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've been saying you've been mossing people before Moss did, because
Yeah.
there's clips well before Moss got in the league where you're just
Yeah.
absolutely taking it from them. So
Yeah.
Carl, dude, you're such a great friend to us, and we are so thankful that you come on here every time, talk ball and share some laughs with us. We can't wait to have you on for the 4th time. Good luck on the golf game. Good luck out in the weather, and we will link up very, very shortly. Okay.
Sounds good, guys. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you guys inviting me. And I'll see you guys around.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
thanks.
Carl.
Thank you.
All right. Good deal.
Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Had to get that in, huh,
I had to
Caleb?
slide it in there. Yeah.
There you go.
Caleb, was that better than Christmas morning?
Oh, dude, for sure.
Was it better than your
Dude,
daughter
that was
being
so
born?
cool.
Was it better?
That's I can't say that. I can't say that.
I think you've
No,
got to
that was
rank it as
super
like the
cool.
3rd best day of your life, of course, marriage and childbirth, and then Carl Pickens falls under just right underneath there.
Yeah, that's probably right.
All right, there.
Probably. Probably.
Probably.
Of all of that,
Oh, no.
Caleb, what stood out the most talking to him? Because I can tell you this much. I want to go through here real quick and let's see, Maddie. So there's that first one,
You should have seen your face the whole time.
and then
Really?
this
Yeah.
one. So again, buddy,
I was cheesing.
Everybody saw it.
So happy for you.
I want to know, of all of this, what stood out the most to you? Because this was obviously something that we all told you all last week or so when we knew we were going to have him back on here. We knew this was going to be for you. So to give the people what they want, tell them what meant the most to you tonight.
What meant the most to me was just like hearing how good of a guy he is. Like really, like, I mean, the way he was just talking about football and just like he's like a dude, like he's just like one of us, you know what I mean? Like that's so cool. And then obviously hearing all the Tennessee stories was incredible. Like I've always heard these stories and that kind of thing, but hearing them from like someone that was firsthand in that situation, it's so cool. Yeah, it was super cool because I've always heard these from like my dad who attended a lot of the games. So, and watching Carl and that kind of thing. So getting to hear from Carl, that's super cool. That's super cool.
Now make sure you don't message him too quickly.
I'm not. Well,
you got to give it at least 10 minutes after the live goes down, and then you're good.
Yeah.
I already
So
have
now you can literally tell your dad, guess who wants to hang out with me at a Tennessee game?
And go golf.
So
Does your
my
dad live in town?
Oh yeah, so my dad's actually watching right now, and he texted me and said, "You better invite me whenever you see Carl."
That's awesome.
So, Dad, I'll definitely invite you for sure.
Well, you have the upper hand with your dad. All right, get something out of this.
Exactly.
Negotiate.
So what's funny is when Carl came back the second time, we didn't have Jeff as a sponsor at the time for the first go around, but the second time, obviously we shouted out Jeff. Jeff came in and shouted out in the comments, and then Carl and Jeff had like a nice little DM back and forth where they were texting pretty regularly, and Matt would come on here and go, yeah, my dad's just, friends with Carl Pickens now. And it was just one of those things that we got to see Jeff kind of have some fun with that as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
This takes the cake of seeing how happy you are about getting some Vols history, talking to a legend of himself, and the fact that you got confirmation that Carl is that dude. He's just such a special guy.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. Just from talking to him, like super awesome. I'm excited to meet him in person at some point.
Yeah, he's definitely one-on-one. Like not even just talking football, just in general.
One-of-one human. We actually need to find a way to get over to have this guys' date where we do get golf and barbecue and all that stuff. We really do need to have a way to facilitate this because it'll be the most amazing day of ever.
I haven't stopped thinking about it, Cody. I really haven't.
For real.
Hey, I'm telling you, Allegiant flies into Knoxville, baby.
You're close enough. You're close enough. I probably drive.
Yeah, I'd probably drive to you.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, because
you're like a 17-hour drive for me. I'm flying in. There's no way.
Well, you're in Cali, bro.
Honestly, I probably would fly too, but I know he's not big on flying, and we can just drive it easily.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad drive. It's really not.
You said it's 9 hours.
No, it's probably not that. It's probably a little
like
short.
6, 7.
Yeah. That's like from here to San Diego and California. It's not that terrible.
It's not bad.
So again, guys, thank you again for the comments in the chat over there. Again, we didn't get a chance to get to any of them, but again, the conversation with Carl always goes well. He's going to come back on at some point, and then maybe we'll do an episode where it's just answering your guys' questions this time.
Great idea.
Obviously, this one was kind of Caleb's. So we obviously there at the beginning it was Caleb heavy, and then we kind of dove into some NFL talks. So please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. It'll mean everything to us. It would really mean everything to us, and
especially Tuesday
as we go ahead.
Yeah, Tuesday. Derek Johnson, Kansas City Chiefs legend, small time, little time Raider, joins the War Room next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You will see me. I hope I don't choke and just freeze up. I'll be in my DJ jersey. But make sure you subscribe. That way you get notified when that conversation starts. Longhorn legend, Chiefs Kingdom, great. Is going to give us some of his time Tuesday. And I'll probably be Caleb 2.0, just kind of cheesing the whole time.
This is a great 3-week stretch for the War Room. This is amazing.
It is, because then since we won't have a pregame show this weekend, obviously, but that does give us time. Now we got to start coming up with our giveaway. for Super Bowl week because you guys got us over 300 followers. So again, plenty of time to still subscribe and get yourself entered to win said giveaway. We'll probably do that for our pregame show on Super Bowl. So again, like I said, that gives you plenty of time. Subscribe, invite your friends over. I was telling Cody when we realized we were at 322 subscribers at the point, I was like, damn, that's close to 350 already. And again, without you guys doing this for us, it's still weird looking at some numbers all the time. So yeah, I'll let the guys kind of give you their thoughts on that before we get out of here.
No, I just love that they're along for the ride. Like, we're doing this for you guys, with you guys, because of you guys. Like, without you guys, this is literally not possible. So I'm glad you guys are along for the ride. We're never going to forget you guys. We're going to always be the dudes that interact with you, try to get you your comments and everything on here with the guest and with us. I won't speak for everyone. I enjoy it. Like yesterday when we had a followers question on, sparked a good conversation and it was fantastic. We love that stuff. So please keep it up. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And I'll let the other ones have some words.
Caleb, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys big time too, you know, and then you all as well. Really, this experience has been incredible. Getting to know everybody, getting to know the people that do subscribe and comment, are regulars. You know, we got Brody, Drewski, everyone that I can think of, you know, Bailey, yeah, Kate,
KD.
KD, yeah, man, we've got all kinds, man, and getting to know them is really cool, and hearing their takes and their thoughts, it's really cool, man, and it means a lot too whenever they comment and they're watching live, they're ready for the show, like that means a lot. So yeah, I appreciate you all and would appreciate those of you watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube or follow us on X, whichever one you do have.
And of course, mom always in the comments as well.
Always the moms and parents and siblings and stuff.
The War Room wives, the wives of the War Room.
Man, we got to have a War Room Wives Day, honestly, where they just get treated.
We need to find a way to have a guys retreat, include the wives, so that way they can have a wives night, and that way we can have our guys night, and then they can do their girl thing, and then everyone's happy.
And I know we tell you guys to give them our love and everything all the time, because it's not easy, right? You know, you still got a married life and kids and day jobs, and they're allowing you guys to take the time to do this with us. So, wives, if you're watching, we really do appreciate you. And I know right now it's just words, but we really do want to be able to show it sometime.
And Matt.
Yeah, we miss Matt. He's out on work duties. He'll be back on Friday, right?
Yes.
He'll be back for our show next week.
Yep, that's right. Looking forward to it. I'm really appreciative of the four of you on the screen. This is every time we have a new episode, it almost feels like it's even more exciting. And so I am short of words of like how cool this is, and the amount of followers. I guess it's kind of weird to say they're more than just followers. They're like friends almost, or people that just come and hang out with us, especially when Corey does lives, or Austin or Caleb or Matt or anyone that does a live that comes in, and they're constantly there, always being a voice and always giving us great, conversations and funny, terms that they use, trying to trigger Matt or trigger Corey or somebody. So it's always good to have them come in and always hang out with us. I feel like it's more of a intimate community. And so I would have never thought 8 months ago that we would have this kind of community that we've built, to where it feels like we're hanging out with friends rather than like working or doing a show, so to speak. But this is the coolest hobby / hopefully we make it a career that we could have ever done, I think. And, I will say, Shovik Brothers, I think you guys need a lot of credit, because this is your brainchild that is kind of formulating on screen. And, if it weren't for you guys, we're not doing this, and we don't have we don't have the connection that we do with everyone that hangs out with us. So really hats off to the Shoviks here for, creating this war room essentially.
Yeah, and for those that do want to help get us make a full-time career out of this, I need you guys to subscribe, because at the end of the day, we still got to show that we have people that love our show. And again, I'll bounce off what Cody said. We see the comments every time. I see the comments on the live even through the bad ones that try to get us worked up. Hey, I want to share your guys' show with our friends because, you guys are the laid back shows. We don't see this with other people. Other shows that we watch their lives, they don't interact with us. So we do see these comments and
they're just haters.
Yeah.
They just hate every team. And
we don't want that to go unnoticed. So again, we try to answer everything we can. But again, we also have to respect guest time that are on here too. So like I said, Carl's going to be back on here. Thank you for you subscribed right there. So I appreciate that. That means a lot to us.
That's the Vols fan, BFL.
Hey, there we go.
Let's go.
So without you guys, it's been, it's not possible. So Cody, let's go ahead and let's go home.
Let's do it. All right, guys. First off, a couple of sponsors to thank right away. Vidite Coffee. Visit viditecoffee.com today to get your supply of the official coffee of the War Room. As you can see, Caleb modeling it there. You guys go to Amazon to purchase it, or again, go to viditecoffee.com today. Rival Codes. Visit Rival Codes. The Shovik brothers right now have the Rival Codes gear on right now. They're repping their squads. It is not just apparel, it's territory. If you guys want to get yourselves your own territory apparel, visit rivalcodes.com. Use Rivals10 to get 10% off your purchase today. Also, Field Ops Kansas. Troy is one of the very first sponsors that we had in season 1. Shout out to Troy for his endless support for us. If you guys are looking for any field markings for any sporting event or sports leagues that you are starting in the greater Kansas area, go to Troy and his team at Field Ops Kansas. And then Angie and the team at Emporia State Federal Credit Union, the War Room's banking of choice. Go visit them also in Emporia, and they are great partners with us. Season 1 partners, as I keep repeating, and they are just a blessing in disguise and what their belief is in the War Room, and we can't thank them enough and can't wait for season 2. And then, of course, the main one, Jeff, JBW Solutions Studio. As you guys can see, everyone's got the gear on. I have my hat hanging over here, but Jeff and the crew, without their endless support and love for us, we can't do this without them. So we are, again, recording this out of the JBW Solutions Studios. That's how much their partnership means to us. To get in contact with Jeff and his team to get all things safety compliance for your business, your place of work, go to jbwsolutionsllc.com today. They are veteran-owned, community-driven, safety-focused, and just great partners and great people to just be involved with. And we can't thank them enough for their love and support of the War Room. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Follow us on all social media platforms. You can see the @ sign right there next to the TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. Go hang out with us there. We will see you guys on Tuesday for Derek Johnson here on the War Room. We'll see you guys then.